Hey there, friends. Welcome to the PigCast. This is sinking ship, as it's always been on the channel. I often look at my metrics and wonder, wow, was I ever in a position where I was doing well on this channel? Or have I always just been coasting along? Have I always just been, middle of the ground? I don't even want to say middle, lower end. Have I always been there? And yeah, the answer is yes, I always have. So it's not any different. It's just that I'm experiencing it now. Whereas when I look back, it's through the lens of how I am now. So it's weird to look back at fun things like analytics, but you can't let it get in the way, my friends. You can't let it get in the way of progress, which is what we're doing here on the PigCast.
What kind of America is this? Yes, put it on Facebook.
I have a fucking headache. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I had a beer at noon before I had anything else. Welcome. As usual, we have an action-packed episode of the PigCast. We have a broad array of topics. There are some things that I wanted to talk about today that I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Some things I'm going to talk about tomorrow just because today I wanted to really talk about this Willy Wonka fiasco that's taking place in Glasgow. Also, fat people. Usually, I like to bitch and moan about how I'm fat phobic. It's not really bitching and moaning in that it's a public service announcement. For some odd reason, people tend to think that you could be healthy at any weight. No, that's not a real thing. And we're going to point out one of many fats that don't exist to be in the wild, which is funny because that ties into the next topic, which is furry. A furry in the wild. It's rare that you see them outside of their element. And by their element, you mean their mom's bedroom closet tied to some sort of pole. But sometimes they make it out into the wild and you see them with their little ears and the things sticking out of their back, their tails sticking out of their back. Usually they look like they smell like shit and they smell like shit if you walk by them. Also, car crashes. A magician, funnily enough, in Blackpool, this girl that I saw. An actual female. If you know, obviously, the Blackpool Magic Convention took place a week and a half, which is the largest gathering of magicians around, which doesn't really mean shit. It doesn't really mean anything, honestly, but I found it interesting because this girl made it her mission to go to the fairly expensive convention and fuck with magicians, and I'll show you guys that. Also, Coke. I don't know why I put Coke. Maybe this is a to-do list. Maybe it was a reminder, but I put Coke. I'm sure that I'll be reminded. And of course, the bane of all people on this planet, which are vegans. If you want to leave a voicemail, you could do so by leaving a link, by pressing the link down below, where you can leave a voicemail. You could do it anonymously. Please try your best not to put the N-word there, because that's what I feel affects the reach and scope of this channel. It's things like that. They're holding the small man down. So please refrain from trying to use the N-word. Toby Writing says, I have the missing piece deck. 9 days of USPS. Less than 36 hours to my door once in the UK. Bless the USPS, huh? Well, obviously you're referring to the missing piece deck, which is out now. People should be getting their orders. I think 97% of orders have gone out. The remaining 3% haven't reached out to me and told me their address, which is kind of retarded, because if you're in a Kickstarter for a physical object, don't you think that it would make a lot of sense if you, gave me your address? But they're missing. I've sent them letters and they still haven't responded. So more stock for me. That's what that means. But surprisingly, I've heard about fast shipping in the United States. I'm actually very surprised because the first week we sent orders out on Saturday and people were getting them by Monday. People were getting them in New York and Texas and all around by Monday and Tuesday. So I'm very surprised at that. There's one guy that told me he didn't get his order yet and his shipped from the US, which is kind of weird. That doesn't make sense. But hopefully we don't have a lot of issues. There hasn't been a lot of issues from my understanding. But I'm glad you got it, Toby. I'm glad you got it, considering how annoying the fucking UK is. We can't do piggy like that. This notification saved me from a Sarah J video. Thanks for looking out, dog. That's what I'm here for, honestly. I'm here to make sure that you don't fall victim to pornography. It's not good for you. Nicholas says, I've been playing a lot of Among Us recently, And I've seen a lot of racisms in chats. Yeah, we don't tolerate racism here. We don't tolerate racism on this chat here on the PigCast. We don't tolerate any racism here whatsoever, especially in the last day of Black History Month. That's something we don't tolerate, especially in this shorter month. As a matter of fact, I'd like to give a short, just 5-second sort of reflection as to Black History Month. So we're going to do this. Let's time it here. 5 seconds, hopefully. Let me make sure that I give them all 5 seconds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's stop there. That's enough. Speaking of, here we have a fat. This is a video that I saw. Now, whenever I see things, I no longer consume content just for myself. I do it for you guys. I do it as a service, because that's what this PigCast is. It's a breath away from your, I guess, obsession with virgin things. As you know, my channel is a magic channel. It's dedicated to tutorials and card tricks and the such, and commentary on mostly magical stuff, which is pretty awful when you're trying to get pussy. But some bitches, believe it or not, like that. Usually they're fat. And I see the content now, and I look at it, and I write it down, and I say, oh, this is a good topic for the PigCast. This is something that I could show and discuss, and we could have a back and forth, you and I. You being you, and me being I. And we're starting off strong with a resetting of the video drivers. This right here. Now, I blame capitalism. Capitalism, has a lot of good things. It has a lot of merits. It also has a lot of downsides, which is the ease of overindulgence, the ease of gluttony. And this is a perfect byproduct of that. We have what is a rotund African-American woman, people of color, as they're called now, which, by the way, sounds more racist. You know that that's something that a white girl came up with, right? People of color compared to black. Black, you could tell what it is, just like white. You know that white isn't necessarily referring to the skin tone or their color. It's not white. You know, you don't look like this. Same thing with black. You don't look black. You're not looking like this table. But it's a way of, black and white. You could tell, Asian has its color. But it's a way that we've distinguished skin color. All right? So now people of color sounds too close to colored people. And colored people has more racist connotations. So we've come full circle in the scope of racism here, where now where it's essentially allowable to say things that would have been considered racist just 10 years ago. And speaking of, here we have POV. I'm finna go trick this tax money off. We have what is a shape. This is no longer a human. This is now a shape. This goes on for 19 seconds. Oh, man. What is even that? I wish I could... Science hasn't come up with a shape for what this is back here. This is what Anthony Cumia would call a flat so. A flat so is somebody who's fat, but doesn't have the qualities of a fat person, because usually a fat person has like a big butt, big tits. This one has just grotesque, just meatballs hanging off her chest. She's wearing if that's real leopard, it probably took at minimum 17 leopards to make that one fit. The pants are just, boy, whatever this is, just look at this right here. You know that the hygiene here is minimal. And that looks like, what, a Louis V bag? You know that's not a real Louis V bag. Look at the context here. Let's take a look at the context. The context is very clearly a project, a hood, right? This home doesn't look like it's had its roofing updated in probably a century. And this is where this person decided to go, hey, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to show off my my joke here as the tax season, which I don't even want to get reminded of, because I sweat profusely every time I think of taxes and or having to deal with the IRS, which, funny enough, have no problem telling you what to do with your money. Nothing. I have no problem whatsoever telling you what you can do with your money. But the instance that you decide to, I don't know, maybe undersell you've made, or you try to take advantage of some loopholes that are legal, then they have more of a scrutinous eye on you, which doesn't make me happy. Seriously, though, that's not good. A friend of hers really needs to jump in, right? Toby writing this. I think Toby's talking about Hungry and Hungover. That says, I'm pretty sure that's the lead actress from the movie Precious. That's racist. That's racist. I think that you are making an assumption based on her color and or shape. That's not Precious. And I should ban you for that. I should ban you for that. Zach Payne says, I'm pretty sure you're shadow banned because you should be bigger than you are. You know, I think there's a combination. Because I find myself often as a consumer of content, I find myself skipping channels that I used to watch religiously, even though they pop up on my feed. So that could just be it, right? Maybe some people have gotten tired of old Piggy, which is all right. But you would think that new people would discover, right? New people would watch and there'd be a continuous circle, especially because I'm putting out content fairly regularly. And I don't know, it just seems odd. And then when you hear people that aren't getting notifications, and then, you know, certain topics that are trending topics that I've seen, and, you know, it's odd to say the least. But it's very easy to blame this algorithm and not take any blame yourself. I understand. Maybe this content might not be for everyone. And if that's the case, then screw you, because...
Be better. Be better. Be better. Be better.
Be better. Be better. Does she have to put deodorant on all her rolls or just her armpits? I'm sure that she doesn't use deodorant. I'm sure that that's the last thing that she would be using, especially with her brand new tax refund. My goodness, they give you so much money if you have kids. If you just shoot out kids. So you know that she's probably trying to churn out some offspring if she hasn't already. Just for that sweet, sweet money. I don't make money from the IRS. I have to send a nice little check to them, which is always way more than what I think it's going to be. It's always way more, which is always a fun thing when you try to justify. This, by the way, is decaf coffee. I use a little bit of a Dalgona technique to froth up. And I, of course, poured what is probably 2.5 shots of rum. Speaking of... I was right. I guess this ties into the next one, which is this car crash, which makes sense because seeing that it's the end of Black History Month, it's going to make sense for a reason you're going to see in a little bit, as does this last one. Maybe this is why my channel doesn't necessarily get the views or the reach. But anyways, I realize and I remind myself on a daily basis that a car is a privilege. A car is a privilege. And I think that if I was president, I would make it that doesn't matter how much money you have to earn the right to a car through a strenuous and strict driving curriculum. That you have to take a driving test that is sufficiently enough to prove that you are more than competent on the road. Not just competent, more than competent on the road. That you use your signals, and also that we have heavier laws against traffic infractions, because it seems to me like people don't care. Uber drivers, they'll just careen through you. I had a motorcyclist just pew, right by me. I'm like, you fucking idiot. You fuck. What an inbred idiot. And then you have the people that just put their hazards on and they think the hazard is the international, I could do whatever I want. The amount of people that I was screaming at yesterday, move! What are you doing? One guy just stopped and looked. I just stopped and looked at him. Just, what are you doing? Just, what's wrong with you? What do you... Because they stop. They just stop. Imagine a 2-lane road where people are going and you just stop because you realize, oh, I needed to go over here. This is where I need to go. I don't care about anything else. As a matter of fact, another topic here that I'm gonna get into that I added while the break was going or before the stream was spatial awareness. People don't have any spatial awareness, and that's including in a vehicle. And it's one thing to not have any spatial awareness where you don't care about the people around you in person. You're also a troglodyte and a terrorist, but in a car, you're in a 2-ton vehicle. All right, especially here where everybody has lifted trucks and bullshit. You're in a vehicle that's definitely going to cause calamity if it hits somebody else or if somebody else hits it. So what are you doing? What are you doing? And this is just a great example of that retardation. Let me just show you this one. This is a driver. I think it's on my TikTok, as a matter of fact. The caption was it on purpose? I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50. It could be. It very well just could be an insurance fraud, an attempt at insurance fraud. This, by the way, looks like Florida to me. I don't know. I'm just getting Florida vibes. So you might recognize it. Although I do see 58. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Florida. But Look at this. Look at this person. So they're coming in from this side, and they just swerve and then brake. It's definitely insurance. Never mind. Looking at it again, it's 100% an insurance scam because why would you brake? Okay, and they just brake. Well. And then look at the audacity of this bitch to come out here. Oh, what you doing, man? Oh, you not looking? You hit my car? It's the sense of self-worth. It's the sense of, I deserve this. Remember Rapinoe? Her and her fucking dumb, stupid hair color. Look at this. Right? A Camry. I'll leave my opinion to myself about the Camry. It's a good, reliable vehicle, but it's also not a surprise. And then look at this. So what are you going to explain? Most people have dashboard cams now because they're super cheap. They're definitely cheaper than they were before, and they're super easy to install now. You don't have to deal with crazy wires. You could just have it there. So what's your goal? You're hoping that this person doesn't have a dash cam? Because you're done. You're never going to be able to drive ever again, essentially. You're going to have points in your license that are going to be well beyond any sort of minor traffic infraction. And you come out with attitude. I guess this is part of the whole, like, skit that she has in her head, or it has in her head. That's like, oh, look at what you did to me. Oh, man, I'm so pissed. I'm going to convey this so that it looks like you're at fault. And really, of course, we know that it's not the case. I don't know what that looks like. A Texas plate? Maybe I can't see by the shit quality. Actually, let's see here. This might be a better one. No, I can't tell. But what the fuck is this? And imagine, this is what's driving around. This idiocy, this retardation is what's driving around. And this one is definitely a scam, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind now. But I have to watch out? Now I have to be driving or riding my motorcycle and watching out for people that want to fucking do some traffic scams? No, thank you. All right, that's why I carry. That's specifically why I carry. Because that, on a motorcycle, I don't know, that seems to me like a potential attempted vehicular homicide. And I don't know if you're attacking on my life, but here in Florida, not going to happen, pal. Not going to happen. Especially if you're coming out of your car with your hands waving. I don't know, you might shoot me. I don't know. My life might be in danger. Who knows? So that's just an atrocity. Does this video remind you of all the girls you've hit in the rear wished came with hazard lights? Does this video remind you of all girls you've hit in the rear you wish came with a hazard light? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't. I'm sorry. I've read that twice. Does this video remind you of all the girls you've hit in the rear you wished came with hazard lights? No, not gonna get it. You think she was driving legally? That's cute. Well, technically, I mean, if you're doing that, which is an insurance scam, I guess you're trying to get the other person to pay. And really where you make the money is not the car. Maybe you wanted a new car, but you make money off an injury. That's where you make your money. If you get hit and you get injured, and then you could go for punitive damage. Not that. She comes out and she's already waving, so there's no injury. She's not pretending like she's hurt. So it's obviously an insurance fraud from a professional retard, or at least an attempted professional retard. This is why the Saudis don't let the women drive. Based. Had a kid in the car too. Let's see. Let's see about that. I'm willing to bet that that's probably true. Sorry, let me look. I don't mean to be rude, but I do have a new message here. Jaja said a person. Let's go through here. I mean, I don't see anybody coming out. I guess you're assuming. Oh, no, it looks like there's a head here. That might be a head, right? Oh, there is. Yeah, it seems to be a head moving in the car. So what are you doing? Insurance fraud with somebody else, a passenger. Now you're going to affect them. God, you selfish bag of shit. Magic for Beginner says, just popped on to say hi before bed as I saw you were live. I finished editing my review of the missing piece deck and set it for premiere on the channel. Whoa, look at that. Reviewing the missing piece deck, which smells like... Somebody asked me to spray cologne on it, and I sprayed a lot of cologne on the deck. I hope that it reached to you sufficiently. I sprayed a cologne that is known as a nuclear bomb, as Homer Simpson would say. I forgot who that was. Toby Writing says, I recently ordered a BMW i4 eDrive 40. Not interested. to you. I'm not happy. I don't like Beamers. I'm not a fan of Beamers. If I see you riding a Beamer, I don't care if it's like an M4, an M3. I assume that your parents have money and that you're like, I don't know, just a trust fund child. Not interesting to you, but I'm super happy about it, so I'll shut up now. But congrats, Toby. Congrats. It's a nice vehicle, especially if you're in England, surrounded by, I don't even know what brands there are over there. I was just on a phone call with Peter, and he was showing me his new Land Rover. His new Land Rover over there, which is, I think, a shitty car to get. From my understanding, it's the most repaired car. It's the car that spends the most time in the shop. Speaking of no spatial awareness, this is another one. I just saw this one, and it's perfect. It's a perfect illustration of absolute idiocy and retardation. This is one of a guy, I guess, in some sort of class. I'd like to press on this, please. Thank you. And just look at this. Look at all the signs, and same thing in traffic. You see how everything's connected here? All right, it's not just me spewing on random things. Everything's connected. Your hazards aren't an allowance for you to do whatever you want. They're not there, so you press it, and then now guess what? Everything is fine. Cars behind you know, oh, that person put the hazards on. I know that I need to stop. No, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're going to cause a collision. You're going to cause a wreck. And guess what? At that point, the wreck's going to be behind you. You're just going to drive off. And usually it's these fucking Uber riders. I had a guy cut in front of me in a scooter. Cut in front of me within feet of me in a scooter. And I was screaming some obscenities, some that would get me in deep trouble. You know, some British cigarettes. And luckily, they don't understand what I'm saying. So they can't chastise me because they don't know what that word means. But I was screaming, my boy, you fuck. You fuck. I hope you crash on their little fucking 50cc scooters. Wee, wee, wee. And they just park on the sidewalk. They cut between you. They weave between traffic. You do understand that you don't have the horsepower to get away from anything. Right? You don't have that power. And you're on your phone. You're on your phone there, chilling. And they'll park within this much distance of you. They'll park within that much distance of you without a care in the world. Speaking of, look at this one. There's a guy just, meh. By the way, that is the Baywatch theme by Jimmy Jamison. And it's rare to hear that in public. Anytime I hear Jimmy Jamison in public, it's just odd, right? Because you go, oh, you think that he's obscure. Not a lot of people know about Jimmy. At least the new generation of inbreds. But look at this. So what about this? There is just so much that you have to see it in your peripheral. Even if you're looking down at your stupid phone, you have to see this guy in your peripheral vision. Look at it. Look at him. He's right there in his peripheral vision. And this guy just goes, no, I'm just going to jump here. And then I'm just going to take the entirety of the bar. What the fuck is wrong with you? I hope he got concussed and learned a lesson. But I guarantee you, this guy would blame this guy. Even though he's turned the other way. He's turned completely the other way. So you would assume that this guy is going to take up this space in the bar, which is still annoying behind you because obviously he's there on the bar. You definitely see him. So what is your end goal here? I don't understand. Somebody left a good comment here. Oblivious. There are so many cues. Physically, through the wind, visually through the body and the shadow and the audible sounds. How, dude? How? Spatial awareness, my friends. You would think that it's a logical thing, that it's something that most people possess, because it's not something that you really need a lot of teaching on, right? You just need oh, hey, look, there's something over there. Let me avoid it. But no, people would walk into that. People would just walk brazenly into whatever situation without a care in the world. My goodness, what a bunch of fucking wastes of space. We should try and figure out if Grand Theft Auto game mechanics are accurate when hitting pedestrians. I agree. Some pedestrians are also fucking dumb. Toby says, in my midlife crisis purchase, I've worked bloody hard for it. Anywhere in the spirit of the chat, it's not a Mercedes. We know who loves those cars or something. I don't know what you mean by that. If that's attempting to be a racist thing, I don't think they like Mercedes. I'm not a fan of Mercedes either because it's like Harleys. Harleys, you hit anything and you're paying essentially a grand for a little light on the thing to replace a wire. It's expensive. So Mercedes is kind of the same thing. Although I forgot what parts are interchangeable with a Mercedes. Is it Volkswagen? No. There's another cheaper car that you have some parts that I think you can. But there's something about it. I'm not a fan. Same thing with Range Rovers. They're always in a shop. If I'm going to get something, it's going to be a good old reliable vehicle. It's not going to be out of vanity. But if you earned it, you deserve it. Jobu says, my farts create this butt juice that marinates with my ball sack, creating a foul aroma. All right. Thank you for that. Let's go back through here and see if there's anything that I skipped over. To read things like that. What's up, my pigga? Any friends here know how to turn off that damn click me heart icon in the YouTube chat? It only happens on YouTube streams. That is a little bit retarded. There are a lot of things that YouTube are implementing that are just dumb. Can I do it? Engage with your audience? No, okay, I guess I can't do it. But you could like things and you can have the little, look at the little hearts. Oh, it's a little heart. Oh, it really shows me that I get so much love from the PigCake community. You got the little hearts in the chat. Oh. Honestly, right now I want to be on the news for revenge on a group of innocent children. Guys, jaw hit the bench. That's going to be a big dentist bill. I hope so. Really. You learned better from what's the name of that? Mother Teresa, that she was spewing for years on end. That you learn through suffering, and that's how you get closer to Christ. I agree. It's only through suffering that you learn, and in that case, through having a concussion and/or a hefty dental bill is how you learn. Fucking idiots. My goodness. There's a voicemail, so let's listen to that. This is from Anonymous, so let's see what Anonymous has to say.
Pigs are known to eat anything. So, would you eat that ass? Also, I don't mean donkey, but... see what I did there? No, but... Would you eat long pig? Would the pig eat long pig, which is human flesh, which is like basically a full circle?
You know, that was fucking weird. That was weird. I didn't hear much of it, to be honest. I only heard the part about me eating ass. If I eat ass. I don't think that I'm an ass eater. I've never done it. I know that people are, a fan of it. I know personally people that are a fan of eating ass. I would never partake in it. I love women. I love butts. But I'm not essentially in denial of what comes out of there. And what comes out of there is not rainbows. It's not Skittles. It's stuff that excess, refuse. So I don't want to kiss that. I don't want to lick that. Maybe after a shower, like a really deep shower, you've been there for an hour in the hot water, and I know that you've been in there. Just scrubbing away. Maybe I might consider like a little, but maybe you don't even you didn't even talk about eating ass. Although I did hear eating ass, and then you said butts, and then you said haha, and then you said something about pigs. I didn't really hear that part, but you did say something about pigs there. I don't usually eat pig anymore. I'm not a fan of eating things that I like. So duck, I love ducks. I no longer eat duck. Pigs, I try to stay away from puerco, which is, we always, as a Cuban man, it's very hard to avoid pig. I'll eat pig maybe once a year. I'll give you that. But it's such a good, tasty meat. You put it with rice and beans. Oh, God, some yuca, some fucking platanitos, some tostones, and you're having a good time. But I forgot what it's called. Not puerco. It's moro. I think that's what it's called. The combination of rice, beans, and pork. Boy, it's a Cuban staple when it comes to the holidays. And I'll eat it then. But I'm not a fan of eating pigs because they're adorable. And as an animal hater, I hate animals. I hate the idea of pets. Every time I'm at a friend's house and their dog is like, ooh, is that for me? Ooh. I was taking care of my mom's dog over the weekend. Went to her house and I was taking care of her dog because the other dog they were putting out, unfortunately, is the wrong dog. They put out the wrong dog. The dog that I had, nightmare. He shits the floor. He pisses on the shit. He's there licking up his piss. He pisses on like the corners of tables. So he's pissing up shit. Oh God, what a fuck. another thing that was funny is my, as I've mentioned before, my little brother is very much autistic, and one of the things that all autistic people love are Disney movies. So he loves Disney movies, and he has a little iPad there. And I just found this funny. This isn't in my notes, but I was at my mom's house, and he first of all, he grabs my hand, and he'll press it on what he wants on the iPad. And then the part that's retarded is that I'll hand him the iPad, and he'll just go and do the stuff that he wants on his own. But he wants the power of holding my hand and telling me what to do. Fucker. So he guides me to Amazon, and I go to Amazon, and then he guides me to a movie, and he goes to for Robin Hood, like the old Disney Robin Hood. And I go, oh no, no, that's funny. We could just go to Disney Plus, and you'll watch it on Disney Plus. And I go to Disney Plus, and I show him that it's the movie, and he knows it's the movie because he loves this fucking movie. So I click on the fucking movie, I click on that, and then he goes, no, he guides me back to Amazon. He wanted me to rent it. On Amazon Prime, you have to rent it for like $14. And he kept pressing rent. And I go, no, look, the movie's here and it's for free. This fucker wanted me to rent it. And it didn't matter if he could watch the movie on the other platform for free. He wants to watch it on this platform. And it reminds me as to how selfish autistic people are. You forget, but that's part of their disorder, is that they have no other sort of thought process for anyone else but themselves. So if you're doing something and you're in his way, it's unacceptable to him. So no, he doesn't want it from Disney Plus. He wants it on Amazon, and it's fucking hysterical, motherfucker. So I think that he's knowingly doing that to laugh and to have a laugh at us normal people. What's this one here? Furry in the Wild, I guess. This is just, I don't even want to show you this. I fucking hate people. We, as a society, need to make fun of people more often. We have a mental health problem as a society as a whole. That's not just something to the United States. That's in every single country all over the world. There's a mental health epidemic. But we need to bully people. There are certain people that need to be bullied. And when you have like self-diagnosed issues, like I have self-diagnosed this or that or whatever, I don't care. No, I want a doctor's note saying that you have whatever disorder you think you have. And this person, I guarantee you, has bipolar, has ADHD, has mild autism, has every disorder under the book self-diagnosed. And the way they treat it is by doing this. By doing this in public. So let's take a look at this video. Now, fun enough, I guess that whole conversation on autism, I know what autism looks like, right? I know what autism looks like. Autism is very much a spectrum disorder. It's a, there's harsh autism, there's calmer ones. It's a pretty aggressive, or it could be very tame to the point where you could be functional and have autism. I'd say my little brother's kind of, he's not functional on his own, but, he could do things. He eats, he could fucking, he just can't communicate. That's essentially his big issue. This is not autism. It's not autism. This is self-imposed. This is a person that's cosplaying as something else, which is... Look at that. Oh, so cute. Oh, whoa. You're eating your little fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch in public.
That's good.
I mentioned a while ago, I saw Furry in the Wild. I unfortunately indulged a friend of mine, a dumb bitch, to a Disney thing. And I mentioned this before, and the furry's just there. And he's hanging around two fat girls, and he has jeans that don't fit him right, he has a shirt and a flannel over it, even though you're in fucking Fort Lauderdale. And he has a little ears, and then he had the little tail. And he was going around going, oh my God, I love this song. Whoa. That person needs to be bullied. I'm sorry, I don't care. You need to be bullied because that's unacceptable. That could potentially be a doctor one day. That could be someone that's in charge of your life. And I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't care if you're qualified. Lord knows now all qualifications are essentially going down to cater to the diversity, whatever the fuck. So I don't want this guy being my doctor. I'm sorry. I don't want this guy inside of me, because then they're going to go, ooh, hoo, hoo, you have a tumor. Tumor? Little tumor. No. Is it benign? Is it something inoperable? No. Nah. I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that anywhere near me, per se. Hold up. Let me message this person back, because I got a phone call. Live stream. You want to fuck later? Damn, he just sent me a picture of the best pizza I've ever seen. So that's just retarded. I don't know what you guys have to say about it. Let me read through the comments here. He's white, definitely not qualified. They march in the gay pride marches. That's a fetish. Pup play, not a furry. It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit to me. It doesn't matter if it's a fur. You're still in the same umbrella. You're an animal. You're trying to act like an animal. So it could be a pup play where you act like a little puppy. But at the end of the day, you're still... And that's just me being purposely ignorant, because I don't want to learn the made-up academia about a furry and all the other shit. This is going in a cringe compilation. Yeah. Spectrum by Paul Wilson is a great trick. Probably because he's also on a spectrum. Our ancestors died in world wars, and this is how we repay them. Yeah, could you imagine the lineage of parents fucking and pillaging and, nefarious undertakings, and then you have your granddad that fought in a war and was in a bunker, and he's there shell-shocked, and he fucked your fucking great-grandmother, and he put a load in her, and then she had miscarriage, and then they tried again, and they had a kid, and that was your grandfather, and your grandfather met his grandmother, and then she decided to have a kid, and then and then that's you. Then it's you eventually, and you're out here going, ooh, boop boop, benign. You end the lineage. You ended that lineage with your fucking pup play. God, fuck. Is your younger brother? Yeah, Stevie, he is my younger brother. And by younger brother, I mean 30. He's 30. 31 now, I think, because I'm going to be 34 in a couple months or 2 months. Hey, yo, Piggy wants guys inside him. No, I've mentioned this before. I cannot be gay. I have a hard time brushing my teeth without gagging. So I have to imagine that I'm the worst gay. Speaking of, Blackpool was a week and a half ago, I believe. And this girl, who I hope is of age, because I'd love to hang out with her, decided to go to the Blackpool Magic Convention. I guess I'll just let it play. As much as I hate to watch a video and just with you guys, this is kind of the whole bit. So I guess she kind of fucks around with people. She messes with things. She's from England. You could tell by the very the accent that she has. But she just messes around. Is that Mark Lemon? No, it's okay. I thought that was Mark Lemon. Never mind. But I would love to do things with her just because of how she makes fun of magicians. So let's go here and show you what I'm talking about. Let's go through here.
Tickets for the Blackpool Magic Convention cost at least £70 because the magicians take it so seriously, coming from all over the world to attend. It would be a crying shame for someone like me to go along and ruin it. Is my bag going to get searched?
Oh, don't goodness.
Oh, I had a rabbit ready to pull out.
I don't know where that accent is, by the way. If you're an English person, you could tell me where it is. But I want to go there because I want to find girls with that accent because I find it very endearing and charming. And I would love to... Are you missing sunglasses? What the fuck? No, bro. What? I get annoyed that people send me messages specifically while I'm streaming. And before, it's like chill. You know, I get messages every once in a while, maybe a couple phone calls. But then just fucking. So, where's that accent from? Because I'm charmed.
All that effort and no dice. Rabbit, false floor, magic rings, book about the little horsey, and a cape. I decided my t-shirt should be the perfect mix of upsetting and harrowing. The more magicians I can offend today...
Has her name there, so I guess she's not anonymous.
Outfits, there's a lot of magicians here. For my first act, I will pretend a magician has just magicked me here out of nowhere.
What is this place?
This space?
Yeah, the whole thing.
This is proof of magic.
No, like this whole... I just like randomly get paid here. Some guy
This is part of the horseshoe.
Sorry, I just appeared there. Some guy just yanked me out of a box.
I'm sorry.
Some guy just pulled me out of a metal box. I don't know how I got here.
Enter one of those and you might go back to where you were.
Oh, yeah. I was literally just on the beach a minute ago. For my next act, I will severely frighten a man from the Brotherhood of Magicians. The magician's sisters joined the Brotherhood. But like their PA. Oh, I hate it. I was just looking to be an assistant for a magician.
Nothing more than I love than people messing with magicians. That really makes my day. That really makes me happy.
In one sense of like their drag queen and stuff. I don't know if that's really wrong. Or like a secretary for a magician.
That's an excellent move, by the way. If you really want to be fuck with people in public, talk through their silence. Like their silence is essentially their way of dealing with the awkwardness of whatever's going on in front of them. So talk through that and just say meaningless things. It's a great technique that she's doing now because the person is essentially giving her fuck off energy and she's just barreling through like a champ.
Hey look, I found a little stone in my pocket. I decided to have a little break and go for a bit of miscellaneous tomfoolery. I have that dog, by the way. Do you know what its name is?
No, of course.
I don't. Mine's called Dave Chappelle.
That's great.
Rolls off the tongue. Oh, Dave Chappelle.
Is this a real pan?
This is a game.
Is it non-stick?
No,
Phenomenal.
it's a game. What do you do?
I was more interested in buying a pan.
For my next act, I will ruin a magic trick demonstration.
Pick a colour.
Orange.
Say stop anytime you like. Well, shout stop.
I will.
Oh, wow.
Phenomenal. This is exactly how you fuck with a magician. Anytime you fucking... I have a whole video on this. They put something in your hand, open it. Just open it. Go. Oh, my bad. They tell you to hold on to a card, just look at it. Just look at it. They tell you, hey, tell me when to stop. Right? Don't tell them to stop. Don't tell them to stop. And then they say, oh, don't tell me what the card is. Go, oh, not 4 spades. And then keep doing that. And then talk about crypto. Gosh, I want to be friends with this person. And if they're of age, I want to do things with them.
There's no time limit, is there?
I can do this all day and get some nice wrist exercise.
I want it to be really random, that's all.
God, fucking amazing.
Hey, stop.
Well, my bus was leaving. Just imagine you can see your colour. It's working already. You can see it now as well. It's Mary. Nice to meet you.
That's actually a fake name.
Finally, I took my dream of being a magician's secretary to the Pro Magic Academy, but I accidentally almost got the flipping job.
I want to be a magician's PA, like some dry cleaning and stuff, or like be their accountant.
Do you have a card?
No.
Because we work with a lot of top magicians.
I need a PA. Where is an A?
There's a massive market.
With someone important.
I was kind of joking about being a magician's personal assistant. Now I've accidentally got a job. Right, I'll take the job though.
Well, first you've got to set up a business.
Alright.
What do you do now?
I make t-shirts.
Sell them.
I'll leave instead.
Massive market.
Okay, I'll just get a t-shirt going.
I'll sell them for you.
Sorry, I already sell them.
Can make you money.
I already make money. I just think I'm pissed about it. I just
This, I love this person. I'm going to follow them. I absolutely love them. Now, they, from my understanding, let's see. I think somebody responded, and then they responded to a different one. So somebody gave them shit. A guy to annoying. Is this it? No, there was one afterwards. I think this one.
This is everything I bought at the magic convention. First
No,
up,
is it that
what's
one?
more- What are the odds that I should bump into Paul from The Real Hustle just after I'd spent most of the day filming potential pickpocketing opportunities?
pickpocket.
No, there's one
Recent
here.
videos
There you go.
may
She posted it in a magician's, and they aren't happy. She was smug, irritating, and unfunny, and the magicians were very polite and patient with her. Awful funny. This is
That's
perfect.
slightly angered a vocal minority
Her voice is like a drill. It's the opposite of a drill, you fuck.
of magicians and children's entertainers. Only accidental because it's not the way I initially
Look at
intended
this
to angle it.
paragraph that this guy wrote. Oh my goodness. Saying that someone is really popular on social media doesn't mean they're funny or entertaining. Before he was arrested, Mizzy. Okay, so this is just an obvious retard.
Initially intended to anger them, but they seem to have taken a real disliking to me, so I'm going to do them all a favour and make myself disappear. But I'm going to do it properly, not in a fake, stupid, magic way. Sure, I used to have How to Disappear completely on vinyl, but it seems to have vanished. All I could find was Rain on Your Wedding Day by Alanis Morissette, so I turned to this WikiHow article instead. Step 1. Get rid of possessions you can't carry with
Yeah, I guess you could watch it on your own, but I'm a fan. I'm immediately a fan. And I do love that she just went to the convention just to fuck with magicians. That always makes me very happy anytime somebody decides to go and fuck with our kind, just because they're too stuck up on their own ways. Of course, Daniel's calling me. Why would Daniel not be able to realize that he's streaming after he gets 14 notifications? Or tell him to stop immediately. Shout double lift. Yeah, that's another one, right? Double lift! Double lift! Doesn't matter if they're doing like a SpongeBob trick. All right, I didn't think it was funny until she said the stop part. She saved it with that. I thought it was hysterical the entire time. Again, women aren't funny. Piggy, if you hate fur play, you should see wizard play. Boy. I think her accent is from Devon. It says Kimsey. Devon, maybe. Sounds like a very soothing accent. I'm a fan. Immediately. Danielle says stupid women thinking they're funny. I'd be inclined to agree with you, but some more funny, and that one in particular really made me giggle. I'd like to be her friend, and other things. Again, if she's of age. Because this is, we like to buy my books, guys. Buy my books. They're available now. They're linked down below, as well as the missing piece deck. This is the sponsorship portion of it. Look at that. It even matches the color of this. I could pull this from here. I could do this. Look, hand is empty, and I could pull it from behind. All right, isn't that cool? Magical. So I guess, we'll just get into Willy Wonka, because I might need to dip early today, and we'll just get into Willy Wonka. Now, Glasgow, there's a Willy Wonka experience that was being sold. People were buying tickets to this Willy Wonka experience, and what it was essentially, Mr. I'll show you a video. What it was, I saw a whole thread on this too, which I can't seem to find now. I don't like that I can't find it. Because this was an entire thread on this event. Maybe it's this one here. Let's see. New details on the Willy Wonka disaster. Yeah, so let's take a look at this real quick. So allegedly, this was a Willy Wonka experience where people paid $35 and everything was AI generated. It had nothing to do with Willy Wonka. They just used Willy Wonka, and things were promised like chocolate and a whole bunch of things. The Willy Wonka experience, fountains of whatever the fuck, and you could lick the walls. Sorry, hold up, I'm going back through it here. And it was promised to be an entire thing. So this, I guess, shows you what I'm talking about here. Obviously AI generated, right? And cheering entertainment. This is cats cagging, live performances. This is obviously all AI bullshit. But here it says, so this is what the thing was and how the event was sold. So this is kind of what the pictures were. And this is what it ended up being, which is just phenomenal. Just look at this shit. This is what people paid money for. My favorite one is coming up. This is just phenomenal too. A shitty TV not connected. Just like a fucking crudely done poster on a wall with a load-bearing column between it. And the Oompa Loompa. There's a picture that went viral of the Oompa Loompa. It was just there looking like she just, smoked. Had a British cigarette. I was about to say it, but I'd be in trouble because I'm not a British person. And whatever this concoction is, it's just unbelievable. And this is what it said, new details. So the script was 15 pages of AI gibberish. So the workers were people that were given these scripts to memorize the day before. And it's AI bullshit. So somebody decided to do a cash grab, made a villain called the Unknown. Event had no chocolate. Kids were giving a single jelly bean and a cup of lemonade. Now, granted, it was $35, but look at this fucking shit. Look at this shit.
What is that? It's the Unknown. What is that? It's the Unknown.
With the fucking noise in the background of the industrial fan. This is art. This is art. Let's see what the other one is here. This is, I guess, the same video.
What is that? It's the Unknown.
Maybe we could find other videos. of this police call to Willy Wonka over immersive event. 35 pounds a ticket, and you see the pictures that I just showed you. Hysterical. Fucking hysterical. Let's see if there's more videos.
I wake up this morning.
Let's see. This is, I guess, the main one that people are just, I guess, people talking about this one.
Okay, I have no right to.
It's absolutely excellent. And there is the actor, I believe, that was supposed to do Willy Wonka, and he had a statement about it. Again, that they were given the script fairly newly into the gig, and they made it seem like it was going to be this extraordinary thing, and it looks like it took about 17 pounds to put the whole thing together. And let's see at least what this guy has to say about it from the back end. But it's just so funny seeing the back end and seeing the people that paid and complained and did all the shit, because it is essentially a robbery.
Hello everyone, my name is Paul Connell, and I was one of the actors employed to play Willy Wonka at the Wonka's Chocolate Experience fiasco that happened in Glasgow this weekend. I'm going to be poking a little bit of fun at the event, but I wanted to say before I start that I feel for anyone who bought tickets to this event, people who are expecting a magical chocolate experience and got me in a top hat in a dirty warehouse in Glasgow. People who wanted Timothy Chalamet and got Timothy Charlatan. But I am going to tell kind of my side of it as an actor who was employed at this event. So the first red flag for me was when I was cast as Willy Wonka. Anyone who looks at me and thinks Willy Wonka and not Oompa Loompa is out of their mind. I give off major Oompa Loompa energy. But not like a good Oompa Loompa, not like like one that's at the back during the dance numbers, like falling over like your aunt at a line dancing class on holiday.
Holiday? That's the other. I hate when people say fucking English. Oh, I was on holiday. I was on a holiday. A holiday. Oh, I was going to hospital. I was going to the hospital. Then again, right now it reminds me of that dude. It was like an Arab guy, and he goes, "Americans, it's not Iran, it's Iran." Fuck you. So I feel like I'm giving that energy right now. I'm being a bigot. Okay, I'm knowingly being a bigot.
I got cast as the part on the Thursday. Was told that I needed to learn the script for the Friday. So I said, no problem, send it over. The script was 15 pages, monologue, pretty much, of AI-generated gibberish, which I will read some for you if you want. In fact, no, I don't even need to read it, because I learnt it all, and it was mad. I've learnt all of it. That's all in there. That's in my brain. So I'll give you one of the lines from the script. I'm not going to do the Willy Wonka voice because I think I've embarrassed myself enough over the last few days. But one of my favourite lines was, "There is a man who lives here. His name is not known. So we call him the Unknown. The Unknown is an evil chocolate maker who lives in the walls." What? What is an evil chocolate maker for a start? Does he make evil chocolate, or is he an evil man who makes chocolate?
So you could see what the retardation is of this event. But I think this is going to become more commonplace. I think that this is going to be something that's more common, especially now with AI generated shit. And usually the AI bullshit is done online. Right, it's done online, and you have all these scams, and people are now master copywriters because all they do is they just generate something. And as a person that loves shit events, like I'd go to a shitty haunted house any day of the week under nefarious grounds because I love that. It's fun. You have a story. It's shit. The actors are underpaid, so everybody doesn't give a shit. And this is just peak. The new Alakazam subscription is insane. €5 per month. They're undercutting you. That's not true. They're not undercutting me. And I'm good with I'm Indie Alaka fam myself. Okay, I'm Indie Alaka fam. So don't try to stir up competition between that. But if you do the math, theirs is £5 minus $5. So theirs is worth a little bit more. So 5 is less. So you're getting more of a bargain on the PigCake Magic Academy. which is interesting. But I think this is going to happen more. Willy Wanks says grass-fed Gary. Willy Wonka says Steve Wonderbooks. Fair play to the actor guy. He didn't need to do any of that explanation video. That's true. He could have just pissed off. Glasgow is woke as fuck. In fact, Scotland and Ireland have gone full woke. Kick him out of the UK, says the Magic Buzz. From my understanding, I believe the Miss whatever contest it was for attractiveness, it was won by like an immigrant. There's some weird grounds happening over there. Personally, I do love Irish women, though. There's something sexual about them. And I know that's gross, but the hot ones, there's something really hot about them. But I imagine they're few and far between. I think of someone like Becky Lynch from WWE. That's, I believe, Irish, and she's just a snack. But again, that's like a rose among a field of weeds. But the attitude, too, it also turns me on. I've been to garage haunted houses that have more production value, says Brian. Discount Wonka. The Oompa Loompa is in the wrong race. Van Life says the best part of this is that they give the kids half a lemonade and two jelly beans. 2 jelly beans, which I believe had fentanyl. One of them had fentanyl, which has to do with the next comment here. This experience is like Charlie got fentanyl in his Wonka bar instead of a golden ticket. Why did Willy Wonka become a musician? He had a talent for playing the sweet melodies in the chocolate flute. I think that's a euphemism for cock, for black cock. Slatzer says, night all. Have a good one, Piggy. Same to you, Slatzer. I hope you have a good one. Wonka Glasgow. It happens every Christmas as well in the UK. Winter Wonderland. Utterly awful scam. But updated to Wonka this time. People never learn. Oh, so this is a knowing thing. This is a thing that happens. I didn't know that. I thought that it was just a one-off fire festival, but taking advantage of these immersive experiences. We have these all the time down here in Miami. They're so fucking terrible. Oh, immersive Vincent Van Gogh exhibition. And then you go, or I have people that went, and it's like a projector in a factory or in a warehouse, a projector on the floor and on the wall of Van Gogh's paintings. And bitches just go in there and they just take fucking pics. And that's all you're doing. You're paying $75 a ticket. Why did Willy Wonka never get a parking ticket? Because he had a golden ticket to park anywhere he wanted. You're really trying for that pin of shame. But I don't think it's going to happen here. Why do you accuse of having no hygiene? I shower every month. Accent is for sure from North England. It's known as a poor accent compared to South English posh accent. You like them dirty. It shows says Van Life. Maybe. It's hot to me. That accent is hot. I like it. I hope she's of age, though. She sounds fairly young. So I just wanted to make that clear, right? I would like to be your friend. Not grooming. I just have to be very careful here. The Alakazam needs better security. Some links on Google get you access for free. I guess they're figuring out all the kinks of it. Alakazam's service costs a little bit more. Yours is cheaper and it has you. They have a load of old digitized DVDs. Well, the thing is that their DVDs were amazing. I loved the unexpected ones with Mark Spellman. I loved his other ones, The Stranger, whatever he did with that. So they had some good ones. But I'm sure they do have some kinks to iron out. Now, unfortunately, I do have to end this early. I'll be back tomorrow because I have some obligations. And by that, I mean, I don't know. I want to work out, but now it seems I'm probably going to go out and do stuff, which I don't want to. So we'll see. But thank you guys for watching today. I really do appreciate you guys for sticking around in what is essentially my therapy. This is kind of my therapy, as I've mentioned many times before. Therapy in itself is kind of a waste, in my opinion. At least from what I've done, is kind of a waste. And this is a great one. So I guess I should leave you with this bit of advice, which is, as always, it's taking its time. What am I paying T-Mobile for?
Big fucking tits!